Hello, friends, and welcome to another exciting episode of Snap Judgments. This is episode 48, episode 75. That means we have an extra special episode with things like big announcements and more coming for you. We are joined by several special guests. This slide says Roy and Glazer say hi, but Roy, the part of Roy, will tonight be played by the one and only GunnyT, where the T stands for Roy Rogers. How you doing, Gunny?
Hey, I'm doing really well, Glazer. Glad to be on here. Like always, well, I guess not always, but it's starting to become a thing. And we have some fantastic guests here today. I'm excited to meet them, talk to them. It's the first time I'm seeing them. Our viewers obviously can't see them, but we're looking at each other on our webcams.
Yeah, one of our guests is one of the very few people in all of Marvel Snap I have met in person. You know him, you love him, you know you're on his stream, just admit it. It is the SuperTechGod.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Great.
Fantastic. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it, as always. Love it. GunnyT's the man, the truth. Glazer, of course, as always. Love meeting you in person. That was a great time over at Brooklyn. Really appreciate you.
Appreciate you too. Do another one. We're going to actually pause. Well, we're going to all do our socials together because I'm not Roy and I'm shaking things up. So we are also joined by Gregor2424. How you doing, Gregor?
Hi, how's it going?
So happy to have you on finally. Welcome to the pod.
Very happy to be on. Thank you for inviting me.
Gregor carried me to Infinite this season on the back of Toxic Surfer. So just so we're clear.
Oh no, Gregor was the one that was the cause.
Gregor is the origin.
Gregor, no.
I'm sorry.
No.
Listen, I love combo decks. It's my thing.
So many people upset me with that card list. Oh my gosh.
It is so much fun. I love Surfer. And so just, anyone who makes Surfer meta again gets to be on the podcast whenever they want. That's basically the rule here. Anyone who loves Infinite just makes us so happy. Yeah, I stole that joke from Guest. You heard me, Guest. I stole your joke.
That's right.
All right. Guest has no idea what he's talking about because it's 3 days later when he's listening to this. He's like, what the fuck is Glazer talking about? I don't know what I'm doing. All right. So our Twitter is SnapJudgeCast, where we are giving away 5 season passes. Ken, what's your Twitter?
At SuperTechGod, of course.
Gregor?
At Gregor_2424.
That's the only one with the underscore, right? Because I promote you fairly often.
Yes.
All right, Gunny, yours is not normal.
Nope, at theChadUSMC.
So I know all of Gunny's socials, and I never remember the. So I type in Chad and USMC like 15 times as I'm trying to tag him, and then I give up and message him. All right, let's go in reverse order. Hey, our YouTube is Snap Judgments Podcast, or Snap Judgments Pod on YouTube, where we do 7 days a week of videos. Gunny, what's your YouTube?
I'm not claiming YouTube anymore.
It is Snap Tactics GunnyT, where you can find out how to sign up for the Snap Judgments League. Gregor, what's your YouTube?
Gregor2424. I actually just dropped a new vid today, top 12 Series 5 cards to save for as a new Snap player. Check it out. Let me know what you think.
Great feature. Obviously, I was the best person to participate in it. And Ken?
Mine is STG/Marvel Snap.
Nice. All right. Finally, let's go in that order again. STG, what's your Twitch?
My Twitch is twitch.tv/SuperTechGod.
Nice. And Gregor?
Twitch TV /Gregor2424.
There you go. And now we are on Gunny.
I don't have a Twitch.
My Twitch is at Pulse Glazer. I've never streamed in my life, and I have 100 followers.
Let's go.
I mean, I guess
People
I'm on Twitch, but I don't stream.
See, there you go. You got a shout out. All right, that's enough for socials today. We will talk about the Patreon as we go forward. But first, SuperTechGod has a Super Tech announcement.
That's right, guys. So we started a wonderful gaming group called Power On Gaming. You guys check it out. Yes.
Worst kept secret ever.
100%. Definitely was. Check out all the socials. Definitely Power On Gaming. It's a great group of diverse and fun people that want to build the community up, of course, and move forward and thrive together. It's been a phenomenal time so far. We actually went live with the website and everything officially as of May 1st. So the day before. Well, yesterday actually, and right as we're doing this podcast, we have a 4-day stream, almost 72 hours plus, and it's been going on since 9 a.m. and it's still going strong. And it's going to be a great full length 4 days, no breaks, of showing off the amazing people on the team. So we have a bunch of things coming soon in the future. We'll be collabing with, of course, Glazer and GunnyT, as well as hosting some other in real life tournaments and events like we did at Brookland and things of that nature. Of course, now Gregor is a great person as well. We're going to do some cool things with Gregor as well. Who knows? He might, have a fun time with us as well. And that's what it is.
Yo, this team is stacked. I mean, we're looking at Tucker, Perry, Prashan, JJ Rolk, Speedy, Smooth Op, Sino, Pawnee Pun, Jesse James, Noah, Felicity, a party, STG, KK Sparkles, It's Guest Gaming, Hana's Cat Cafe, Game with the Flash, Dan, Call Me Sal, and Loopy.
We have some more people too. We haven't announced yet, so
I like almost all of those people.
Can I just
like almost
all those people? You got Tucker on there for some reason. I'm done with Tucker.
It was fun. I was chatting with STG about Power On just a little bit, and one of the things he really kind of highlighted about the team is like, why does the team need to exist? Like, we don't really have esports in the big right now, but really the team's there from what we were talking about is just like to build each other up. It's a lot of like mid-size, I would say, streamers. It's not the cozy out there. It's not, the huge streamers, but it's like a bunch of streamers that can all know like what each other are doing and highlight each other and tell each other, maybe joining these tournaments or streaming and kicking each other over for raids and stuff. It's just a good group of people all working together to make, a rising tide raises all ships.
That is correct. We're having a great time doing it. A lot of great things planned out for everyone. And, we play everything from Marvel Snap all the way to, Dungeons and Dragons, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Tekken, and hopefully Rivals, right?
Yeah.
So we have a lot of things coming. Yeah.
I mean, pretty soon, Pokemon Pockets where I'm coming.
Oh, man.
Oh, that looks good, too. Man. It's going to be fun.
I just wanted to say the website looks amazing. I took a look over
thank
it.
you.
Yeah, it looks great.
Can I give you a great secret about it?
What's that?
I built it the day before yesterday. My website person flaked on me for a week.
Was it Sino? It was Sino.
No, it was we'll blame Sino. And I learned Wix in a day and put that together.
That's amazing.
It was the craziest thing ever, but I'm glad that you like it. The fact that you said that makes me feel special, so thank you for that. We still got a lot of stuff to add to it, like the bios and things like that, which will be there soon. Hopefully tonight I'll work on it, but thank you. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to unofficially tease my first collab outside of this one with two of your members. I've got the debut of a new Snap Judgments thing coming early next week with both Prashan and Tucker.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to say what it is yet. I want to do a big announcement, but it's going to be, you know what it is.
But that's awesome.
I will tell you later. But it's going to be real cool and real different, and it should help us all grow. So, all right, let's get to... Oh, shit. I'm giving away 5 season passes. I forgot I put this slide here. All right, let's do this. Let's do this super fast. I'm giving away 5 season passes. It is every video from Thursday to Monday has 1 season pass given away in it, as long as you like and sub. All you have to do is comment. The Young Avengers are coming to Marvel Snap. They are seemingly the August cards. What do you want one of the Young Avengers to do in Marvel Snap? What ability do you want it to have? We'll talk about what those cards are later this episode. You comment that in the video. One of those people at random is going to win a season pass. Cool? All right, let's keep going. I don't want to do this slide. Go ahead, Gunny.
All right, we are kicking off Snap Judgments League Season 2 on Monday. As you're listening to this, a couple days away from you, and it is an amazing time. Everybody I've talked to has just talked about like how awesome it is. We had a huge $1,000 tournament last weekend that was free to enter, and we are like, I expected the floodgates to open with players, but what did we find out, Glazer, whenever we invited a bunch of players?
I don't know. What we find out?
They're all adults that just have lives.
For that?
Like,
yeah. Oh my god.
It's so hard to give up a day. Gregor and I were talking about this a little bit before.
I couldn't give up the day. My wife made me plans. I was like,
Gregor and I were talking about this a little bit before the show, but like it is hard. It's hard to give up an entire day, possibly 2 days. People have work and lives. We're fitting this in when we can.
Time
the
zones
Snap Judgments League is how you do it, right? Gregor, you were in season 1, and STG, you were in season 1, right?
Correct.
Sorry,
great
no,
time.
remember, there's a lot of players that I deal with.
No, I was there.
But yeah, it's a great time. You have one week to finish your games.
STG was in the loaded one that had like everyone in it.
Right.
Yeah, it's fun though. We had a good time.
Dan and Lambie.
Big change for this one is the last Snap Judgment League. You had to pretty much go undefeated in your pod to be the pod winner. This time we're going to extend the league by another 2 weeks there, and we're going to do a top 8 cut for each pod, so you can have a second chance if you've lost a game early to win your pod. And then the winners from those will be moved on to our final season finale bracket. $700 in prizes for your $1 entry fee. I guess it's a Patreon perk, right? So we're getting around some legalities about like gambling and whatnot with it being a Patreon perk. But it's really great.
No, it's just a Patreon perk for reasons.
Yeah, sure.
For reasons.
But it's great, right? I'm excited about it. If you are listening to this a little bit later, you can actually jump into the Snap Judgments League at any point in time. You'll have missed whatever rounds you have missed prior to this. But if you're just looking for some fun competitive time, like you could jump in there. We're also doing mini tournaments all the time. We call them King of the Hills right now. We have something special working on King of the Draft coming soon, working with JJ Rolk over on Power On Gaming and his chat draft. He's working on some solo draft mode that we can then incorporate into tournaments. So we're on King of the Draft. The winners of those get wild card passes or wild card selections for entering the season finale, like for the $700. So something to look out for. I think it's going to be a great time. Again, as I drop pins all over the place.
All right, just real quick. This is your last and only chance. I mean, I'm not competing in all these, but I'm competing in this one. So if you would like to beat me and shut my big mouth up, this is your chance. If you would like to lose to the SuperTechGod, you have a shot. If you want to go play against Gregor and run Luke Cage so Toxic Surfer doesn't work, this is your shot. So make your choices for this. All right.
I'm learning other stuff, okay?
That zoo deck is still really fun. All right. It is Valentina time. Valentina is the spotlight card for the week. Series 5, 6,000 tokens on reveal. Add a random 6 cost card to your hand. Give it -2 cost and -3 power. We will start with Gregor. First time on the show. Tell us what you think about Valentina.
I'm having so much fun with Valentina. My best highlight so far, there's 2. One, I got Agatha at discount. She immediately played herself and there was no negative side effect from it. The other one was a Hella Tribunal deck that had an Invisible Woman, and she gave me Eliath, and I had Priam.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so I mean, I feel like she hits a lot more than she misses. I've gotten Destroyer a couple times, but I usually am able to do something with the stuff that she gives me. I've been really experimenting with Loki decks with her. Mm-hmm. I haven't really tried much outside of that at this point, but she feels really strong. I like her instead of Cable in that 2 slot. So, yeah.
Ken?
Oh no, I definitely enjoying Valentina as well. I haven't put any Loki decks, but I have played it with Devil Dino and Moon Girl. I'm having fun doing that. And of course, Luke Cage. I mean, that's the best surprise to play on the last turn when they don't know that I have Luke Cage just sitting there ready to give back that energy. And of course, if I have those cards like Hulk and etc. that goes below the Shang-Chi range, and then of course on that last turn just play Luke Cage, it's amazing surprise. But no, she's been a great card, and her at a 2 cost I think is perfect. I think she don't need to be anything else. I think she's a perfect card that doesn't need to be touched, nerfed, or buffed. And the 6 cost cards that she give you at random is at random. So of course RNG is at your mercy. So it's pretty good. Definitely enjoy this card.
I think so. As the listeners know from our last time I was on, and some of the times before, is I'm not rolling in the dough. I started a little bit late, so this is a pass for me. And from the people I've heard, it is a great addition to Loki. But really, Cable can fill that spot quite well. It's a slight upgrade that I don't think you have to feel like you're missing out on being able to play a great deck because you don't have Valentina. So if you're kind of wondering there, if you need to pick it up, I don't think so. It's kind of like a Red Guardian, right? It might be best in slot, but barely, and very replaceable.
Okay. There's no consensus. I keep talking to everybody because I don't have a good feel for this. I play it. Sometimes it's amazing. Sometimes it's useless. I lost. The only time it's beat me, my opponent got a freaking Galactus in a lane that I had negative power in, and I was like, shit. And then I ended up it was just sad. But I lost to a 2-power Galactus. It was a great feeling. It's very good. I'm not sure it's better than Cable. So if you're in a power grab meta, it's probably better than Cable, right? But if you're in a combo based meta, if you're seeing a lot of Annihilus, like Annihilus is everywhere right now. If you grab that Annihilus or even that Sentry, you've really injured that deck. If you grab that Surfer or that Luke Cage, right? Sorry, Gregor, not to on your deck. You've done a lot to that deck. If you're playing Gunny's Idiots deck and you grab that Scar, right? Like there's a lot of combos. That Hella, Cable earlier today got me an Apocalypse. And then I was watching them discard things, and I'm like, I have no fear. This game is won. I snapped nice and early, and I'm just sitting there waiting for them. Like, there's nothing they can do. They play Dracula. I'm like, that's not scary at all. Like, it's a nothing burger of a deck, right? Cable still has that ability and that extra power. I'm not sure that Valentina is better than Cable. I think they're relatively close, but one of them is Series 2, and one of them costs 6,000 tokens or 4 Spotlight caches. So I generally err on the side of Cable.
That's a very good point about the series cost.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead.
No, please.
I mean, another cool thing is like SuperTechGod was talking about running Luke Cage. Sometimes running Luke Cage, if you have an excuse to do it, like sometimes that card can just win you games that like has nothing to do with Valentina at all. There's negative power locations, or you're playing against toxic deck or something. Like, boom, Luke Cage is just it happens to be a good deck card in general. So like that kind of boosts up Valentina some in that regard.
I feel like we're kind of in an affliction meta a little bit. A lot of the cards do some kind of negative power to your cards. So Luke Cage is strong right now.
Yeah, and he's only getting stronger with the data mines that we're going to talk about in a little bit. All right. We'll go in reverse order, so we'll start with Gunny. Zemo, Red Hulk, U.S. Agent, White Widow. Overall thoughts, anything in particular you want to say?
Man, I think Baron Zemo is probably like one of the best season pass cards we've had recently. It fits that spot really well where it like doesn't break the game. Nobody was really complaining about Zemo other than like the mill deck, maybe because being milled sucks. But like the card itself, nobody was saying like Zemo needs nerfed. But it's such a great card to be the season pass. It doesn't break the game. It's fun. Like I love playing Baron Zemo. I can't wait to see what pops out of it. It's so cool. And then I've really liked Red Guardian a lot too. It's not up on here.
We'll see.
Yeah, so we're missing Red Guardian, but like Red Guardian is like, it's such a powerful card. It can really do some disgusting things. Like hitting an Angelo with a Red Guardian is almost backbreaking in a snap condition. Like it is so good. I'll pass it from there. STG, what you got?
Next, okay. No, I agree. I think Baron is a great season pass card. Definitely enjoyed it. But yeah, I think Red Guardian, I said, will be the best card this season. Red Hulk comes second, the way I feel. Red Guardian is definitely a great card, great tech card right now, too. I definitely enjoy that card a lot. Can win you games at any moment, right? Whether it be early you play it or even late at the end. And then, of course, Red Hulk is just for power, which is phenomenal. He did get a nerf nice and early, which I guess he needed. I'm all for it because I'm an Infinite fan. I think Infinite needs a buff, so thank God they nerfed Red Hulk. U.S. Agent, okay card. Yeah, put him in the same line with Man-Thing, and White Widow is pretty fun. I mean, it's definitely a cool way to get your opponent try to fill up a lane, and of course, use Cannonball and just shatter their dreams. So,
yeah, I agree with everything you're saying. The only thing I don't like about Baron Zemo is getting milled because I like combo decks and it destroys combo decks. Tribunal's not in a great spot right now. I think my second favorite would probably be out of these, either Red Hulk or U.S. Agent. U.S. Agent with the buff feels really, really good. He's able to hold lanes by himself. Example being Tribunal. He can hold Tribunal lane with Onslaught and Iron Man by himself.
Oh my God, that was the first time I saw negative 21 hours spread across all the lanes.
That's ridiculous. A 2-cost card being able to take down like 3 very large cards. Ridiculous.
Thanks, Super Scroll.
Yeah.
Thing of beauty is what we're saying. Thing of beauty. Okay. I think that this season is just right because in hindsight, I think last season was definitely too strong. The season, Hope Summers, Pixie, Mockingbird, Cannonball, and I'm forgetting something.
Oh
War
my
Machine,
God.
man.
War Machine, my favorite card, yeah.
So the worst of them, right? But like the other 4, and even War Machine, like the War Machine, I think War Machine would be in a different place without the other 4. I think the other 4 sort of pushed War Machine down because they were so good they pushed different decks that don't want War Machine.
Right.
like if you have a 2/9, all of a sudden, what amounts to 4 plus 6, so 10 energy for 26 isn't as much, right? So like, yeah. But I think that the other cards were too good. Like, not like broken, not needing nerfs, but they were just ahead of rate. And I think this season they did a much better job at releasing the cards, both very good but very balanced. Like, every one of these cards is playable and good, but none of them are clearly best in slot, but all of them have an argument for best in slot. And I think that's really, really good design.
Yeah.
Zingers.
I was going to add that Red Guardian is also my number one. Just his flexibility. Amazing.
Yeah.
I have trouble choosing if I want to add Rogue or if I want to add Red Guardian. They both offer such great value in that slot.
I mean, the thing I love about Red Guardian is at worst, it's a 3/5.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Well, okay, so no. Like, people say that a lot, but it's not true. Like, sometimes it's turn 3 and they're playing a deck that starts to go off later and you don't have Prio, and like you have 1/3 drop and you can't play Red Guardian, and sometimes they have Luke Cage. And both of those are real situations.
Sure,
right?
we're talking edge cases. I'm talking about normally
I don't think
it's a
Luke
3/5.
Cage. I don't think Luke Cage is an edge case anymore. Like, especially with Valentina coming out and with some of the cards we're going to see. I think Luke is a real thing. I think it can be a 3/5. I think it's often a 3/5, but I don't. But like, when you're doing your deck math, I think it's a mistake to assume that things are going to go the way you want them to that extent.
I think he's more there to be the answer to a early cost card like a Jeff, an Angela, or maybe
Dracula.
Yeah, Dracula, Iron Man. One of those cards that your opponent puts out, you have Prio.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Like we're talking about
X23.
One of the perks about Red Guardian is just taking away those abilities that aren't just ongoing, right? Extra flexibility there. Like,
Correct.
That is so key.
Yeah.
100%. I hit a Nimrod the other day. That felt amazing.
Oh,
I was like, you want to destroy them, huh?
Oh,
okay, cool. You enjoy sitting there with that out. That is not. I think Zemo's my favorite. I don't even I don't play any of these cards all that much. I guess I'm playing a little Valentina because it's in Loki, but I really I thought Zemo's a very difficult card to get right, and that they got Zemo right impresses me so much that I think it's my favorite.
Yeah, that's fair.
It might even be a little overstated. I mean, I count it as like it's a 3/7 to me, right? Most 1-drops that you're going to pull are 2 power. Obviously, you can high roll and low roll, but like you can relatively count it on it being a 3/7 in obviously 2 spots.
I think so. I think Zemo's prevalence is part of the reason Bounce is back, because Zemo pulling Bast just is a stat condition.
It's true.
And like Zemo pulling Hood, especially late game, doesn't feel that bad. Right? Like, if you have the right stuff for it to pull, you can use it against your opponent reasonably.
Agreed.
Yeah.
That's just good design, though, right? Like, that's like being able to be like, this is usually a lot of power, but sometimes it just loses you the game, and you have to be smart enough about how and when you play it to know that is great design.
This card feels good against Zemo. If discard and some
I had Zemo grab a blade and chuck my my free Goliath from
the raft.
Whatever, the raft. Yeah. I was like, oh, well, that's shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I still won. That was the same game I stole the Apocalypse. But I was annoyed about it.
Right.
Yeah. Red Hulk's nerf feels good for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He still feels very strong.
I think it still needs to be touched.
Really? I think it's fine.
I think it's good. Just buff Infinite.
I mean, you do know that your opponent has it, so if you play on curve against it, you can minimize it.
Yeah,
exactly.
I think I would love to see an Infinite buff. Like, there shouldn't be cards that just naturally build themselves higher than this. What's supposed to be the biggest card in the game? If you figure out a way to get around that that drawback of not playing a card, like, you should be winning a lane. We already have cards that just win lanes.
So I don't think one card should always win a lane.
Yeah, maybe
is I think my argument, right? Like, I don't think we should have lane winners. We had that. Like, we had the ultimate on that in Blob.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and it was real feel bad. Like, if you can just play card, win lane, then, like, it's what we've learned, I think, or what I hope we've learned, is that it's so much easier when you only have to focus on winning one lane for the whole game, because you know on turn 6 you've got another. And I don't think that's healthy.
Can we buff the
Like you
Hulk?
the evolved
Green
Hulk?
Hawk?
Yeah, evolved Hulk.
I'm fine with him having his old ability. Like honestly,
Me too. I think it also makes sense that he's a natural counter
Mhm.
to Hulk.
Yeah,
I
that would be super
couldn't agree
sweet.
more. All right, let us move on to the patch. So we have two. Well, I guess we have. Let's start by talking about our nice copper metallic borders and gold metallic and silver metallic and purple neon and green neon and blue neon and red neon and white neon and yellow neon cash grab ass borders. SuperTechGod, have you spent $1 million and have all of these for every card yet?
No, I do not. But I do have some of these borders for sure for some cards.
Tell us
Now,
how you feel about it.
okay, so going into it, I assumed once we unlocked it for one card, it went across all of them. So when I found out it does not happen that way, I kind of sat back and said, okay, I understand why they did that. I understand it because you want to be, I guess, well, Marvel Snap wants you to be different. You want to be different. You don't want everybody to have the same splits, card backs, et cetera, that you have. And that's what's been happening recently with us having the same old splits and the same card backs and the same infinity border. So now, if you want to be different, you got to spend that gold, that in-game goal that you get by doing your missions, and go ahead and buff those cards with those different borders. So to me, I think it's a okay change. It's for cosmetics. So at the end of the day, you have an option to bypass it because you do not need it to play or be better in the game. But if you do want to make your cards look great and pretty, go ahead and spend that gold.
Gregor?
I completely agree with what TechGod said. I also did the exact same thing. I'm like, oh, sweet. We get to all of these go across all the cards, right? I wish there was some kind of disclaimer there.
Right.
But being able to highlight some of your favorite cards, I'm the biggest Jeff fan. Jeff is my boy. If I'm able to make my boy look a little bit, cleaner, make him look a little bit different, that's awesome. That's super cool. And also the ability to have your splits go across your different variants.
Oh, that's so good.
Huge. It's amazing.
So good.
It's like I have all these new cards to play. So I think overall it's good. It is totally optional. You don't need to spend your gold on it. There are lots of different ways to get gold throughout time, either the gold pass or you do your daily missions. And there's other stuff you can spend it on.
Agreed.
I think these look super dope, right? Like they look good. I've seen the spoilers for the ones coming out in the future, and those look pretty hot too. Like I don't know. Do we get into a spot where you just like don't spend money because you're like, oh wait, what if a better one comes out? Like I don't know. They do look really good. Now, one argument that I've heard, and I really do love that they're monetizing cosmetics because it's a great way to go. But one incorrect, I believe, argument that is made is like, oh, it's great whenever they monetize cosmetics because that just lessens the price of the game. That is incorrect. I do not think we see benefits from the game being any cheaper because they have monetized cosmetics. Like I really do think that's just like how are you going to tell a business like, oh sweet, you're making money over here so we can make this a little bit cheaper like over in this other area? Like they're just going to want more and more money.
That's fair.
I have no interest in these. I don't care about them. When I get them for free, we'll see. Every card in my collection has a gold border. So unless I'm going to spend the whatever to make everything have a gold metallic border, then I'm fucking good. So we're totally fine. I'm not doing this.
I bet.
But I don't care that they did this. I do care, personally. I think it's shitty to release something that's costing us money without updating your game in a way that makes it more fun to play. So either like this should have been like a massive way. I believe this patch should have been a massive like quality of life upgrade. And it wasn't. We got one good quality of life upgrade that we knew was coming, right? The selectable borders, which made everyone's life significantly easier. That was genuinely a big thing. But like there should have been like a ton of quality of life stuff to make our lives better, or just take some shitty cards and update them and make them more playable. I know that this bothers no one as much as me, apparently, but it really does bother me that patch no longer means updated cards. Because for, I don't know, how long has the game been out? Year and a half? More than that now, right?
Yeah.
So, however long it's been out, patch has meant fundamentally new cards, changed cards. And this is the first time it didn't. And again, I'm not saying this has to bother everyone. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm saying it bothers me.
Well, I think we're seeing a trend right now. So before, up until like recently, an OTA was numbers fix, right? We dial up or dial down some numbers. Now we've seen some OTAs with like patch type fixes where you're completely changing cards. And that really started with Mobius, right? Being reverted somewhere. Or which card was the one that was like changed and then reverted? And that was a big deal because that was the first time they didn't just do a numbers change. And now we're seeing pretty much patch type changes in these OTAs. So then whenever we get patch day, we're expecting, these big reworks or something. And I think it was mentioned on different podcasts, is like, if they would have just come out and said like, hey, the meta's pretty damn good and we didn't want to shake it up right now, like maybe that would have went somewhere.
But
we
that's
are
not what
expecting something.
like, okay, but that's not what patches and OTAs are in this game. Like, that's the single, like, it drives me crazy. And people are like, the meta is good, so we don't need to update things.
Yeah.
They update cards that aren't meta relevant and don't change the meta all the time. It is not like a remotely rare thing that they just take some random barely played card. That Angel change was not like, ooh, let's shake up the meta, right? Like, that's not, they make all these changes all the time that are just like, let's make this simple card slightly more playable, either for something now or something down the line. And like, they could have done like 3 or 4 of those, and then we could have had something to screw around with, and they chose not to. Balance updates aren't for balance, they're for keeping the game exciting.
I mean, I think it's just kind of bad marketing, right? Like not putting money into something like that and then just like finding a way to get more money from us. Like, it just seems bad.
Bothers me.
But they did fix some stuff too, though, right? The end button was a problem. They did some VFX fixings and some other options. The games that slowed down, especially for me, who's very complete, trying to open up a cache took like 10 minutes now. God. At least it's 6 minutes now. But at the end of the day, I mean, they did some type of fixes for the patch. But I do understand what you're saying as far as patch notes normally mean card changes, etc. But I mean, yes, if they change, let's say they changed 4 cards with this, would that be an issue?
I would be happy. That would have been all I asked. And I don't even care if they're like unplayably bad cards. If it was like, I don't know, Baron
another
Mordo,
change.
Put Adam Warlock back to what he was. That's fair. I get all of that.
Yeah, like any of those, right? Like, I would have been fine. Give me something new to do with the game. And like, I know that like they're like, people don't care if that happens. And maybe it's, again, I'm not saying that everyone agrees. I'm saying this is how I feel about it. I also think that a lot of the players who are endgame and get bored with grinding really do look forward to those new card changes.
Personally, I would be happy with just a quality of life update for stuff. I don't like to have to download assets like every couple of weeks for stuff, so I can have, decent mobile speeds and things like that. And I don't want the game to crash. I want to be able to play my games, and I want my games to be able to end and, do their thing, play the games, do the conquest runs, all of that.
Not have weird sounds of like Demon and Mobius just making sounds when they're not even on the field anymore. Yeah, it's driving me crazy. I was like, oh my gosh. So, yeah, I totally agree with that. We need some of those.
The kitty one was still the best ever.
Oh, yeah.
We did get those new voice lines, though. We did get the Magneto voice line goes pretty hard.
So my game hasn't been unmuted since the first week of it. I literally only know there's voice acting from streams. Like, people there were literally months where people would say kneel before Galactus to me in random conversations before I realized that was quoting the game. I was like, oh, look at that. That's interesting. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I can't have people know I'm playing Marvel Snap.
But they let you save some of your gold now. Back in my day, you had to split every card to get those wonderful splits on those cards. Now, like Gregor said, we could just move those splits to every card in those variants. And I love that. So now you don't have to worry about spending your credits to upgrade that new shiny variant you got because you want the same split on that one. So now you get to save your gold, save your credits. So, I mean, there you go. Spend that extra gold on this.
No, they're ugly. But they're also going to be free next month. All right. Good news, and if you have anything to say about either of these, please feel free. We'll start with Gregor this time. Bundle datamines seem to be fully ass back, and series drops are coming soon, TM? Gregor?
Yeah, the bundled data mines look awesome. We're getting some really cool stuff down the line. I'm super excited for Eternals. I'm excited for Wolverine and Deadpool more than anything. Series drops are always amazing. Newer players getting access to cards so they can try new things, maybe get good at a new deck archetype. All amazing. Also, the variants look incredible in some of those data mines. Yeah, if you haven't checked it out, check them out.
Totally agree. I mean, I'm happy data mines are back because, again, a lot of people rely on that to know what they're going to spend throughout the next months, etc. Yes, I love looking at all the variants. If you guys didn't know, I do have every one of the variants currently.
Not true.
We're not talking about that one. That one does not count. We're not going to talk about that one. But yeah, the new season's coming out. The new cards that are coming out. These new abilities look crazy. I'm excited for every one of these cards. And I think we got some cool things coming, and I can't wait.
And so I was thinking about what to say here, and I'm just going to basically say what Glazer is going to say, like I did last week I was on the pod. But I didn't even realize I was doing it, but I spent less money when there was no data mines, right? Like I would literally go onto the websites, look at the data mines and plan out my spending. Like, I'm going to spend $10 on this one because it's got a good rate. I'm going to spend $20 on that one. And I would come up with like a game plan of like what I wanted to spend money on. And since those didn't happen, I just didn't do that. And then instead of spending money, I really didn't. I spent much less than I had in the prior ones, in the prior months before data mines went away. And I guess that was part of just like not wanting to spend money on something and then like a better thing come out that I didn't was kind of priced out of. I wouldn't say that I have a finite or I have a number that I don't want to spend over, but like I think everybody kind of has a number in their head of like I'm not going to spend over X money this month.
Yeah, 10,000.
Budgeting.
Can't do it.
Right.
All right. Not only are bundle data mines back, which is great and already is getting me to spend more, but it seems like, and like obviously data mines are subject to change, TM, always remember, but it seems like the value is back too. The Captain Marvel bundle currently in the shop for 5,000 gold is great value.
Great. We haven't anything to spend our gold on in a while.
Yeah, but like it seems, and the it's Gambit and something coming up. It's like $100 bundle. That's actually really great value again. They seem to be just like, okay, well, that pissed off the community. Like not having data mines and then killing the value bundles, like that both pissed off the community and made everyone stop spending. Let's just completely reverse course, which we all told them would happen, but I'm happy it did. All right, if you had to pick one card that is going to series drop, what would it be?
Oh man, that's a great question. Gosh. Let me think about this. Does anybody have a good answer? Because I don't have one.
I mean, I do, but that's cheating. Also, I'm a great Roy, guys. All right. Anyone have an answer or you want me to go?
Kitty Pryde.
Go ahead, Glazer.
Howard. Howard's going to Series 3.
Okay.
Without any question. I would bet almost any money.
That's good.
Man,
Howard needs to go Series 3.
I would like to see Kitty Pryde go down to a Series 3.
Yeah,
I love the one cost bounce card. The
best card in the game like 4 different times.
That's hard. I don't know. There's so many good cards. Like I want to say like Null or something because it's so easily accessible.
I'm about to say that
Null
last time Null went down, the whole meta went to Galactus, and that was a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, it won't happen again, but I'm just saying. Last time that happened, that was an issue.
Yeah.
So what do we got? Come on, you got to pick something.
I don't know. It's got to be something old though, right? Like I don't
think so.
I think so. I don't want to see something. I don't think new things need to get series dropped. Like that's kind of weird. I think it should just be older cards. Like I really like when old cards get series dropped. Go down to series.
I think Celine should go down. She should be a series drop.
I think Celine should be a series 1. Card sucks.
So I'm saying she should go down. 100%. I think that card needs to go down. I don't know why it's such Series 5 now, right? I don't know why.
Because they don't release Series 4 cards anymore.
Yeah, that needs to change. I think they should release Series 3 cards as well. I don't think it should only be 4 or 5, to be honest.
They just need to be like, you know what? We tried this new card acquisition thing, and every other game does it better than us. So we're gonna do what other games do. Sorry about that. Right? Like,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
just like,
Yeah. I think cards should release 3, 4, and 5. I mean, that's
Mhm.
and at least you should have a series 4 every, or you get 5 cards now, so 2 of them should at least be series 4.
So I kind of
Let them pick theirs too.
I kind of had a fix for this. So I think every month, one Series 5 should drop to Series 4 and one Series 4 should drop to Series 3. Even if it's just like every single month, one happens. So it just gives folks like an exciting thing to like possibly pick up.
They better fix Series 3 if they do that. That's fine. I'll pitch it too. I'll literally send that to Glenn or to Steven, I guess.
I mean, they're gonna keep making those series bigger. Like it seems like a good way to just kind of trickle it down, show some good faith.
If there's one thing everyone in this podcast can agree on, it's trickle down always works.
Yeah. Let's see Nebula go to Series 3, or sorry, Series 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nebula Series 4. I'm just looking at the list right now. It's better.
I like that we all
better
picked one drop cards. All right,
Yeah.
that's good enough.
For sure.
They're good for new players, and they can give them options.
And Silver Samurai goes to Series 3.
I could see Samurai.
Samurai should definitely go down to 3.
Yeah.
Those are my 2 picks.
Can we make Elsa Series 4 at some point? Shit's been out forever. All right, whatever. And Loki should stay in Series 5 because more people don't need Loki.
Forever. Yes.
Yeah. Loki's secretly a big bet. All right. Alliances, we have the UI for it. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see it. It's got well, anyone want to talk us through what we see here?
Sure. So you see a screen that looks kind of like your notification pages where you see like your inbox and whatnot for picking up like the end client whenever a bug happens, you pick up your gold or something. And it says like join or create, the top of it, minimum collection level. So you can set a collection level for what people will be joining and required to do. So this one says like 10,000.
Oh man, SuperTechGod is going to be like 50,000.
I know.
Infinite number. It could also be open, invite only, or closed. You could also select your language. So hopefully you chat with people in that regard. I'm not certain what that feature will look like or why there's a language selection for it. And then you can also give yourself some labels there. The next one or the next selection.
Wait, you're missing one important thing.
You forgot the bottom thing at the bottom.
Yeah. To create it, you need to pay 100 gold, which like I guess
That's
I
hilarious.
skipped over it because it's just such a nominal fee, like 100 gold.
Wait, no, well, I have a theory. Can I, before we go further, my theory about that is that their answer to like Hoogland being like, your alliance is 25 people and that being miserable is that you can make multiple alliances.
Sure.
Yeah. I was about to say, I hope you can.
Yeah. Alliance 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, I really hope you can.
Yeah.
So,
and then for the other selectables, it'll be selecting an emblem, which is the second dinner logo on this picture. Selecting a theme, looks like a kind of retro Tron type theme, and obviously like name, tag, stuff like that. And then minimum collection level. Sorry, there was a maximum and there's a minimum collection level as well. This one's set to 4,000. And then minimum highest rank achieved could be like any rank, and I imagine that's a rank number or infinite.
All right. Any thoughts about alliances? Again.
Yeah, I mean, finally, this is great. It's good news. I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be beta tested in the EU. So that's pretty awesome to hear how they handle it. But no, I think that's exactly what's going to happen. I think the first one you create might be for free, and everything else after that, you might have to pay the 100 gold. And who knows, if you try to get 2, you got to pay 200 gold. I think that's fair. I think that's what it should be. So nobody just go out there and just start creating alliances all over the place. But I'm happy to see the statistics and the stats to allow people to get into your alliance. I think that's pretty cool. You can set your collection level and how far you gotten ranked, etc. I can't wait to see what kind of albums they have and different themes. So that's pretty good as well. And I can't wait to see, most importantly, the rewards you can get from being on the team and what the team can do. I hope we have some exclusive things, whether it be avatars or variants that you can only get via the clan. That'd be pretty cool. And no, I'm excited for it. Something new to do. That's the biggest thing. Because after you go infinite nowadays, it's just boring. So that's my take.
I think we got a good slide on that coming up next.
Okay.
Oh, well, there we go.
Gregor.
But Gregor, yeah, sorry.
I'm very excited for this. My community's excited for this too. I think it's going to be a great way for people who are both super competitive about Marvel Snap as well as people who are trying to get Infinite or something like that for the first time. I like the ability to set a minimum collection level. Now, my only fear here, I'm hoping the Create Alliance for 100 gold is only for the person creating the alliance and not for individuals to join, because that would feel weird. I don't think that's going to be the case.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm super psyched for this. Yeah, just being able to have a team and being able to do missions together and work on stuff and just get better together sounds so cool.
And new content.
Yeah, exactly.
New content, right? Team Gregor versus Team STG.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Weekly battles. This is going to be good stuff.
Why would you want to do that to yourself? You're just going to get negative 1,000 every game.
It's okay, but it's going to be fun content. Just enjoy it. You know what I mean? That's going to be cool.
Yeah.
All right, and I was mistaken. The next thing we're talking about is leagues, but on this, so
we'll get there. Wait,
yeah.
hang on. We're not ready yet. You want to talk about
yes.
alliances? I'm sorry, I thought you were going to go push us to the next slide.
No, I'm pushing us.
Go for it.
So I have another theory, and I hope they did this right. I really hope they did this right. 25 people in your alliance allows you to pick up a random task. Let's say it's play Deadpool 50 times. If that's your task, and if that is every person's task, it will jack up the metagame. So my hope and dream is with keeping the numbers small, everybody gets different tasks. So that way we're not worried about like basically a second hot location for a week, which is to complete this mission. That would really suck, especially if it's like a terrible one. If it's a fun one, maybe cool, but like, I don't know. Maybe it's like change a bunch of locations. Like things could just get really funky.
Yeah.
Everybody gets their own specific task.
Yeah.
Or unless they're generic, like climb 30 levels or something.
I can make Infinite, all of mine are going to be no limit free. If I can only make one, I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm going to have a fucking mental breakdown. But if I can make a bunch, I'll spend the gold, and I'm not going to do minimum ranks, just for the record. I'm just going to let anyone who wants join. And if you want to be competitive, then go find somebody else. I'd much rather just have everyone join and be able to have fun and play each other, and I'll run some, we'll do, inter alliance King of the Hill type shit. But, I'm not about gatekeeping people, because they're learning the game. And, there are people that are going to, and there are people that should, right? Like Cam's whole fucking brand is he has to have only top 100 people in it. But I'm not doing that. I'm going to if you want to be in my alliance and I can make enough, then you're in my alliance. I just want to put that out there. As long as you're not racist or homophobic or transphobic or shitty in some way, then you can go to hell. But as long as you're a good person who doesn't, believe other people aren't people, then you're more than welcome.
You think we can join multiple ones? That's the next question.
I was wondering about that too. Somebody asked me today. I'm not sure if I can.
I don't think you're going to be able to. I think you're only going to be able to join one. And really, I think it'd just be a UI issue. How do you scroll through your
right? That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Can you lead and join one?
I believe.
Probably not.
You should be able to, though. No. Oh no, you're right. Maybe not. So that means you can't create multiple ones then.
That's the question, right?
Yeah.
If I can't create multiple ones, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going to leave it open. The first 10 that get there, I'm going to cry. I don't know what to do.
Community.
I don't know what to do. My community. I have. This is going to sound so obnoxious.
You better have them.
I have 51 $10 Patreons right now. What the fuck do I do?
Have them duel to the death. That's it.
Hey, if you're and hey, I appreciate the shit of those 51 people, but Roy's not one. Is Roy not allowed in my fucking alliance? I don't like it. I would.
Yeah, this is going to be very interesting.
Real upset.
Yeah.
We need answers. Second dinner. I know you're listening. Just let us know. Shoot us a message. Send it to Pulse if you want to. Just let them know. Can we join multiple or can we create multiple? We need to know.
Ben, my DMs are open. Let me know.
There you go. See, Gregor as well.
So because this is data mined information, they're not going to comment, right?
I mean,
what information?
This what we're looking at is data mined.
Okay. You went over the head.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
it clearly did. All right, let us move on to this. This is leagues. Wait. Okay, yeah, we're on leagues. So you did such a good job, Gunny. Want to tell us about leagues?
Yeah, so what we're looking at here on the screen is on the left-hand side. Well, I guess I don't need to say left and right, but anyways, you have Spider's League. So that makes me either think that the leagues will be named like Spider, maybe Spider-Man or something, or somebody creates a league. I'm not exactly certain how that will work. And then you have a leaderboard there, and you get points for winning and losing. And basically, you'll rank up, and there's individuals' names here. So throughout your league, you'll end up getting rewards for the better you do, and obviously getting less rewards for the worse you do. The part that kind of concerns me is up top. There's a 2x 30-minute point booster that says free with a gold button next to it. So like, what happens whenever that's not free, and how many times can it be selected? So it almost sounds a little bit pay to win there. There's also 22 hours and 19 minutes. So it looks like this will be some kind of time event, maybe 24 hours, or maybe even a couple of days. So this is something that's been done in multiple other online type games to success, right? My big fear is that it's, just super pay to win. So if I can click that button as many times as I want to get my points booster, then that's awful. If maybe it's like a one-up thing, like buying in on poker a second time, like that's all right. Like I can kind of see that. But there's rewards to be gained for doing it. So, I don't know. It seems okay. It's not going to take precedence over King of the Hills over in the Snap Judgments League, though.
Gregor?
So I actually have a kind of a question about this. So is this like little tournaments that are going on, like small, or is this something that your alliance competes in?
So it seems so here. So it's it seems to be you earn 100 points for a win and 25 points for cubes win or lost. So like you're in that league, and for the 20, let's say it's 24 hours, so 22 hours and 19 minutes, that's how you score. 100 points for a win and 25 points for a cube win or lost. And then whoever has the most points at the end gets apparently a spotlight key, a premium mystery variant, 1,000 credits and 310 boosters. And you know what those rewards tell me? Second Dinner is doing these. We can't set these up ourselves. They're not giving us a way to farm infinite keys.
Yeah,
right. True. Too much value. Yeah. But this looks cool. This looks really cool. I'm excited for it. I want to give it a try, see how it plays. But it looks interesting. And I am, I'm excited to see what it ends up being.
Yeah, no, I agree with you as well. I mean, I played Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links and Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, and this kind of reminds me of that, especially when you're just going into a battle and they have like a 24-hour, hey, who can get the king of games, and whoever does get the most, credits to buy cards, etc. And this kind of reminds me of the same thing. And they had the same thing with the boosters too. If you use your in-game currency, you can get, additional points for that X amount of time. So I think this all kind of fits in the same realm as those other card games or games that do the same thing. So I think it's going to be very exciting, especially give you something to do after going infinite. So I think it's going to be super fun to see who gets the top of the leaderboards. And if they have multiple of these every day or every week, I think that'd be pretty awesome.
Another thing I'm concerned with is, the timing of it. So you say it's 24 hours. Someone who obviously can do that all day long could relatively, grind more points than somebody who's a little bit more casual.
Would be so good at this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I remember them saying this, and I'm often wrong, that it's going to try and put you with players of like similar MMR.
Right.
So like, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. This feels super duper not for me. I'll join them, right? Because like, why the fuck not? But like, this, I'm not grinding. Like, nothing's gonna make me want to grind Marvel Snap. My joy in this game is largely that I don't have to grind to get what I want. So like, I mean, like, if SuperTechGod won one of these, he would get a spotlight key, and then he would get
200 gold
from that premium mystery variant.
200 gold or an avatar, a pixel avatar.
So that's okay. Well, lovely. So
no, I'm with you. I think it's just for the fun. That's how I look at it. I don't think we're going to be grind. I don't think I'm be grind. Yeah, I think we'll have a good time because it's something different to do. And again, it comes back to content too, right? You can be online, like, okay, guys, let's see if we can do this in 20 minutes, 30 minutes. You know,
there was that thing that's sort of like a league when they used to do those events that were like, for a week, if you win X games and max out your points, you get it.
Right?
All I really remember about one of those is Collins either won one or almost won. Right? And like it being like this giant, like you just don't sleep and play all night. And someone like Tori lost one, I think, because he had to sleep or like had work. And like, I don't know. It feels like this is going to be interesting to see the feedback as it goes.
Yeah.
All right. We go to this. Let us talk about the data mined cards for July that everyone's hyped about. First, we have Gwenpool, Season Pass for July. Gwenpool, who has nothing to do with Deadpool, is the Season Pass card of the Deadpool season. Gwenpool is Series 5, 6,000 tokens, 4/4 on reveal. Pick a random card in your hand 4 times. Give it +2 power each time. Gregor, you are super hyped for this season, so please lead the way, and then Gunny, you can tell us how much you love scooters.
Oh, man.
I'm very excited for Gwenpool. As a person who both likes Gwenpool as well as combo decks, I think she's going to fit very well into those. Imagine Gwenpool on Wong into Absorbing Man, or
Stop.
Grandmaster. I'm just saying.
Stop.
I'm just saying. And she ends up hitting Sebastian Shaw.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Iron Man.
Exactly. I think she's going to be very fun.
If Mysterio is the only card in your hand, it's like a 256.
That is wild. We are going to see wild things from Gwenpool. And I understand why they put Gwenpool in with Deadpool and Wolverine, because most people don't know Gwenpool. So they're like, oh, it says pool. Definitely involved with Deadpool. But this is a card I've been excited for since it was leaked. It leaked very long ago. We didn't actually have her actual text. But yeah, I've been excited.
What a fun looking card too.
They might. I think they might change her ability. I feel like this needs a little bit of testing. Beforehand.
This is basically guaranteed why they nerfed Zabu. I would bet so much money that they tested with Zabu and went, ooh, I guess it's finally time to get Zabu. All right, Gunny, tell us about scooters.
I don't know about scooters. You just asked what my favorite variant was, and I saw Gwenpool and wanted to choose it.
Yeah, but your answer was that scooter.
It's so cool. Like, this is such a cool image. Like, just riding on the scooter, like kicking it out. That she looks like she's having so much fun, blowing some stuff up in the background. Like, I don't know. This whole image is like super cool. I love it.
Yeah.
But the card itself, what I thought of would actually be pretty cool is like some kind of weird discard deck. So what you want to try to do is limit the amount of times those +2 powers are going separate cards, because then you obviously have to play out all those cards to get their value. But if you only have a couple cards in hand, then that will happen. Hopefully, I mean, from how it reads, will happen to the same card multiple times. So if you have some kind of like blade running out Proxima Midnight, maybe even getting your swarms that will get buffed and then discarded again. So some kind of weird discard stuff there where you're trying to minimize your hand before you play Gwenpool would be pretty sweet.
Yeah,
you do that right before you have Apocalypse in hand. Like
there you go.
Right, like thinking. With like Wolverine and X-23, just like cards that you don't care about discarding. If they get bonuses on them and get discarded, like it's super sweet.
So ready? Turn 4, Gwenpool. Turn 5, Mysterio Hitmonkey. Turn 6, Sasquatch Mockingbird.
Wow.
That's mean.
Yeah.
That's evil.
That is. Sasquatch is no joke,
it's not going to come together all that often, right? But like...
No.
But when it does...
Chavez.
Yeah.
Yeah, do miss old Chavez. Yeah, I think you guys are right. I mean, this card is going to be crazy. I'm definitely thinking about Swarm as well, using Corvus. Hopefully we get Swarm in there. It hits the Swarm multiple times, and we could discard the Swarm and have a big zero-cost Swarm. But of course, I'm sure Mobius will definitely take over at that point. But nonetheless, this card needs to be nerfed already. I think probably 3 times or 2 times, maybe 2 times plus 4. Geez, 4 times plus 2. Listen, Sebastian Shaw, Surfer decks would be happy, should rejoice. But this is great. I think this is chaos that we need, as always, and I'm happy. I'm happy for it. Welcome it.
Yeah, right now it's a 412.
It's just high, but they released a 415 season pass card.
Yeah. So
Hydra Bob. The Spotlight Cash that comes out with her is my favorite card of the month. I'm going to say that right away. Is Series 5, 6,000 tokens. He is a 2/5, like Lizard. After each turn, move to another location if you're losing here.
This is a sick turn 6 play. Like couple of the 4 or something.
Play.
It's hard to play early. You're going to have to figure out if you can actually play around it well. Because if it's moving in places you don't want it to, that could be not beneficial at all. But like a 2/5 is just good stats.
Yeah, I think you put it with Silk and Martyr and have some fun. See how it goes from there. Craven, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good card. It's going to be fun. I think it's going to be good, yeah. I think those 4 cards alone should make it very interesting. You know, Silk, this card, Martyr, and Craven. You never know. I like it.
I'm also a fan. Yeah, I think move cards need some love. So whenever I see a new move in there, I'm like, heck yeah, another tool. I'm not great at move decks, but I always like to see a new addition to the archetype.
I am so sold on this. Just like your opponent on the last turn of the game wants to win the lane this is in, right? But now they have to be up by 5 in both other lanes.
Yep.
Like, that's it, right? Like, you play this at any point, and then, like, your opponent has to be up by 5 in 2 other lanes. That's a lot, as Eliath taught us. This card is wild. Like, they then win this lane, and then, like, if they're not up by 5, they're screwed.
Yep.
Is good. Is very good. I'm gonna Hydra Bob it up. I hate Hydra cards, so Hydra Bob it up.
Also, 2/5 is, like, really good stats overall. With no downside. Like, Lizard, if you fill a lane, he goes to 1.
Yep.
Can Lizard get his, like, old text back, please? Like, he does not need the -4. -3 is fine.
Facts. I agree with that.
They bullied Lizard.
Yeah.
There you go. That was the change they should have made this past patch.
Yeah. All right. Ready for the next card?
Let's go.
Yep.
It is War Rocket Ajax. Sorry, that's an old podcast I listened to that no one else here is going to know what I'm talking about. But it was really great. It is a 7/16. It comes out on 7/16. It's a 7/16. What? It comes out on 7/16. It is obviously Series 5 because everything is 4/4 ongoing. +1 power for each card in play afflicted with negative power. As an ongoing, it's important that it's an ongoing, not non-reveal, because I think that super changes the card.
That's true. So Max, this is a 4/16?
I mean, each card in play, if you give your own stuff negative power.
Oh,
right.
shit.
You hazmat
your own stuff.
Yeah, hazmat is what I'm thinking immediately. Is you just run hazmat. He's going to get huge.
I mean, that's a turn 6 play. Hazmat Ajax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got Typhoid Mary, giving your stuff negative power.
Yep.
So
Cheat out
it's
early,
worth noting
onslaught.
that when it's your stuff, that power is just transferred to him. Right?
Very
It is
true.
literally saying -1 to your thing and +1 to him. So it's it makes you less wide and more tall.
I think I would probably Luke Cage and then hazmat Ajax for a lane. Let them put out a lot of cards and then get that value there.
Yeah.
The week he comes out is the Lukiest week that's ever looped. Right? Like, because he's not non-reveal. That's, like, so important for this card.
Yeah. I'm excited for him. I personally love Affliction decks. And I think he'll fit.
Really?
That we know.
Yeah. A little bit.
Are you getting Ajax, Gregor?
I'm picking up Ajax.
So, do y'all know who Ajax is from the comics?
I know him more from the Deadpool movie.
Yeah, me too.
Right.
But I don't know who he is from the comics, but that is the ugliest character design ever. Sorry, I just had to get that out there.
No, that's fine.
All right, what is the minimum stats Ajax needs to have to be good?
I mean,
4/9.
Yeah.
I mean, are you happy about 4.9, or is it like what is your happy spot where you're like, all right, this did its
I'd be
job?
happy to play a 4.9.
4.9 is
sad
great.
to play a 4.9.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Yeah.
that's Mockingbird a lot of the time, and I'm never sad to play
No,
Mockingbird.
it's not.
Yeah.
Mockingbird is not a 4.9.
It's fairly
But she
often
could
a 4.9.
be. Right.
Yeah. Like when
No.
you play Mockingbird as a 4.9, you're not sad about it.
I don't know.
Correct.
Mockingbird's a 0.9.
Well, mine almost
In
never
some
have a 0.9.
Yeah.
In some cases. But yeah. No, I think 4.9 is
Yeah,
you're
it's somewhere
happy
between-
with it.
Yeah.
And you think about running something like, Onslaught or some type of hide him and Onslaught behind Invisible Woman or something, or Super Giant, and try to get a nice buff and double that, I think.
If Luke isn't in the meta, he's new Darkhawk, but I cannot imagine
that makes sense.
that the instant this comes out, Luke isn't like you start your decks with like Luke and Mobius, and then what else am I running?
That's why I would run Rogue with
The
this.
Man Thing,
You can run Rogue,
US Agent, Man Thing.
Yeah.
Echo.
Yeah, shut down those. Yeah, you got some stuff you got some cards to run.
So I'm starting my decks with Enchantress.
Cosmo, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Protect your card.
Go
I'm telling you.
Go
yeah.
Enchantress, Red Guardian,
It's also
Rogue.
worth noting that if he's a 4.9, it's because your opponent has -4 power somewhere on their board. Assume you're playing Luke, right?
Yeah.
And that almost makes him a 4.13 even when he's a 4.9.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? I mean, the other power would have been
That's
negative
true.
power would have been there or not, but like, you know what I mean? In terms of like what's represented on the board.
Oh, High Evo. Don't forget High Evo.
Yeah. The problem is I don't know if you can fit him in High Evo.
Yep. Haiva's type package.
Something here.
Yeah.
Cool card.
I'm imagining playing him on 4 and then hitting the Luke Cage with Rogue on the very last turn. And it just flips everything off.
Yeah, fuck you, we got you. Yeah, that'll happen.
Uh-huh. No, it will.
This is going to be the most broken card of the month. This is going to be a problem. I'm saying that right away. It's Copycat. She's a 3/5. Obviously, Series 5. So when you draw this, not when you play it, not an ongoing, not an on reveal, not counterable even by Gladiator. When you draw this, steal the text from the bottom card of your opponent's deck.
Beautiful.
Do you have any idea how easy it is right now to mill them to one card left?
Yeah.
I think
It's gonna be beautiful.
This card kind of upsets me, right? So 3/5 stats are pretty just premium. I wouldn't say like
anymore.
obviously
That's their go-to. Like,
there's obviously a Gladiator and stuff, but like for this ability, this gives you snap equity that your opponent doesn't even know about, right? So you draw Copycat and you see the text of Hela on Copycat. You just snap, and your opponent has no idea why. Like,
Well, let's say they do tell you. They might show you.
yeah,
should.
you're right. It could.
like there was no reason for Red Hulk to either, right? Except that, like,
We
it
needed to know.
100% should show you when you
I
draw
yeah.
Copycat. Otherwise, it's
Just-
completely broken.
Just like Spider-Ham, right? We need to know what you hit.
Yeah.
So I think they will do the same thing. They don't know what card was stolen.
It's got to.
I
It's
hope
not
they do
like that is.
I would, because it
disgusting.
wouldn't be fair otherwise.
And
Correct.
yeah, and also you're getting to be able to get information out of their deck. So knowing what they're
It
playing,
needs to do. Yeah.
and knowing what they have in their hand. You know, if you draw this and you get a Shang-Chi, you're like, oh damn, like I'm safe.
Right. Because I'm thinking like morph as well too, right? You know when it morphs on the field, what it morphs into.
Yeah.
I mean, she's copycatting, so as soon as she draws, some animation should pop up with her turning into or copycatting the ability of your card.
You're right.
I hope,
You're right. It
I hope
better do
that's the
that.
case. Yeah, it needs to, right?
Even if it tells you, like, in a mill package, this is disgusting.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have any problem with mill. People that think mill should be nerfed right now are, I don't want to say wrong, because, like, they're welcome to their opinion, but, like, in terms of game balance, they're not even close to right. Right? Like, in terms of just, like, what is too good in the meta, mill is not too good. It's just, I like anything remotely reasonable as far as collection level is not too good.
It's just no way to stop mill though. That's the only thing.
Yeah, that's my biggest
There
complaint.
is a way to stop mill. The way
Express.
to stop mill. What?
Elaborate. Let me hear.
Oh, the way to stop mill is fundamentally do card generation. There's a bajillion card generation cards. You cannot run out of cards if you're generating cards.
That's fair. Okay.
And you just play some big
That's
ass
why you
shit.
pulse. This is
You
why you
just
pulse.
You just play big
Sorry.
cards and milk
I
cries.
spend a lot of time thinking about this shit. But yeah, that's why the meta is so Loki heavy right now, because people got sick of getting milled, right? And then everyone, like, Loki never, like Thanos. Thanos is still great. You'll have to pry me off that fucking pedestal. But I'm pretty sure Thanos is still good, and everyone just stopped playing it because they got sick of it. I'm pretty sure
No,
Loki.
I think they
stopped
stopped because of Mockingbird. That's why they can't get their free Mockingbird anymore. That's why they stopped playing Thanos.
I don't know if I agree. I think that they nerfed Thanos, and then Cam and Lambie went, Thanos is bad now, and then whoop, Thanos is bad. I don't want to play it anymore. And like I just don't think so. I sent my Thanos list to Gnome earlier. Gnome is ranked like number fucking 15 in the world right now, 13 in the world. Let me find my chat with Gnome. He's gonna yell at me for saying
Galactus.
this.
No, go up that Galactus. Thanos is good.
Gnome.
Do you like him in like the Corvus discard hella package, or just okay?
Nope. I'll even tell you the list. He is ranked 13. He's 24-10 with Galactus at rank 13. That's a 69% win. Sorry, with Thanos, right? Yeah. At a 69% win rate. It's all the regular big shit like Thanos, Magneto, Alive, Blob, Mockingbird, Vision, Cull, and then it's just running Psylocke, Jeff, Mobius, Hope.
Okay. Hope is perfect. Hope is perfect for that.
Just like, and that's it.
It's just stones on Hope. Yeah, I like that.
Just ramp out that energy.
You will have to literally rip me off this. Like every time I convince someone to play Thanos, right after he was nerfed, I went on Peaceful. I think it was Peaceful. I'm 90% sure it was Peaceful stream. And it's like, Peaceful, do me a favor and play Thanos. He played it for like 4 games, went, this is disgusting, and then never played it again. I was like,
time to get Infinity Border.
I'm in no way kidding. Like, throw Mobius in it, you'll be fine. I'm convinced.
I haven't played Thanos in a hot minute.
I'm definitely doing that now. You about to get me my border. Oh, true story, guys. Glazer got me my first Infinity Border.
I did.
That first season.
Yeah.
He'll put me onto the high Evo, and I was like, okay, I'll try it. Sure enough, first border ever. My Black Panther border was from the Infinite border was from that.
Whenever I'm right about Marvel Snaps, not that I'm smarter than like because Lambie and Cam and like a lot of the top people are smarter than I am. It's that I'm both obsessive about it. Right? You've seen my videos, and they are in the dirt. They like are in the muck of the top 100, so they don't have any kind of perspective. And I get to sit outside it and see what like the video that's yesterday/tomorrow. The video that's Friday's video is I just have Butt's number 1 deck. I was like, hey Butt, what you hit number 1? What was your deck? And I have Butt's deck. And like someone, some random Russian person, FAK Molwyn, hit number 5, and I was like, Molwyn, give me that. Like, so I just have all this information that other people don't, and like, I'm not an idiot. So I sit there with, like, I'm not as smart as them, but I'm not an idiot. So I sit there with all this information, and because I'm obsessive, I'm just like, that can't be true. People keep saying that, but that can't be true. My other thing, and this has nothing to do with anything, and I'm going to keep talking about this, because this is the conversation with Gnome that led to Thanos. When you're in the top 100-ish, like, if you ever go watch Woody's stream or one of their streams, they see the opponent's name and know exactly what they're playing. You know what I mean? Because they play the same, like, 20 people all the time. So that group of people think a card like Legion is bad. Because if you're running Legion, you don't get the snap equity you do that someone at my rank, I'm ranked 7,000 or so right now, right? But if I'm playing Legion, no one knows I'm playing Legion unless I made a video about it. So I've got all this extra snap equity because Legion can steal me cubes. When you're in the top 100, they think Legion is very, very dependent on the meta and probably usually bad and yada yada. But that's not because Legion is bad. That's because they're in the dirt. They're in the muck. They can't see it because if someone, even like God forbid someone like Woody plays it, everyone will know in 0.2 seconds, right? But even when a name that's not famous for us, because they all play them so much, is playing Legion, word gets around like immediately, and everyone knows. And so Legion is bad. Legion isn't meta. But if you're ranked 6,000, 7,000, Legion's amazing, and this really great surprise card that can steal you 1 billion cubes, because if they don't know your name, they don't know you're packing
what you're running.
And now it's great. Yeah. And it's different. Yeah, sorry. I know that was a random soapbox rant. It's something I'm thinking about lately.
No, but you're absolutely right. It's very different in the top 100 than, top 5,000 or further out.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I genuinely think they have the best decks, but I also think that doesn't mean we can't think critically about how and why they're different in different places.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry. One more card. This is the last one, right? Cassandra
Yes.
Nova. This card is impossible to evaluate. It is a 3/1, obviously, Series 5, 6,000 tokens. On reveal, drain 1 power from each card in your opponent's deck.
What does drain 1 power mean?
That's why we can't evaluate it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah,
So
I mean,
I've seen...
Go ahead.
I've seen everything from it means it's -1 power to all those cards, and she gets the +1, which is possible, right? Which would make her a 3/7 if played on
turn 3.
Turn
right.
3.
But there's also Rock Slide and Korg and shit, right? Like there's ways Thanos decks,
Sure.
our Irisham decks.
Yeah.
I've heard that it doesn't add to her, but like Luke can't stop it. It changes their base.
Well, that makes sense, right?
So I don't think so. I don't think that's going to be it. I think it's much more likely that she gains the power because she's.
No, I think she gains the power too, but I don't think Luke can stop it either. I don't think Luke can stop it because it doesn't afflict it. I think it drains, so she then absorbs that power.
Okay, I mean whatever. So either which way, we don't know.
We
we don't know.
Drain will be a keyword going forward.
Right.
Yeah, we're going to assume
maybe,
that drain
but
means something like recruit.
Didn't we think recruit was going to be a keyword, right? And then recruit never happened again. They were just like gladiator should just be changed to recruit by all logic. And there's no, we have one recruit card.
Sure. I mean, it may happen in the future too, right? There's a long time, hopefully, that more cards will come out and possibly read these things. I think the card's okay, right? Even if she drains the power and it's affected or whatever, that 3/7 is I mean, it's good stats, right? 3/7 is decent stats.
Only if it's on
you have to play it on turn 3. If you play it later than that, it just gets worse and worse. And then your opponents have to draw those cards to then play them. It's not affecting things that are already in their hand, right?
Mm-hmm. It's for Scorpion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It also doesn't matter if it affects things like Ajax.
I mean, they better play those cards for it to matter for Ajax.
I don't think so. I think Ajax is still, it has to be afflicted.
Right.
Yeah. They have to play the card that they got. Yeah, you're right. It's Pulse. They'll have to play those cards that got drained. I think her in a negative deck would be fun, right? If you can play that way, make her 1/3.
Yeah.
And start draining your opponent's card list. I think should be a good negative addition to the negative card list.
Fair. Yeah, I don't know. My interest in this is entirely dependent on how the fuck it works. I still don't think it's great, but like it's hard for me to imagine them making the big villain bad. I mean, I guess Kang. So it's possible.
Hopefully, Cassandra is not the new Kang.
Right.
I mean, it can't be that bad. Like, Kang is actively detrimental to you winning the game 90% of the time.
All right, what do we have next?
Never played him.
All right. Next up, the season that is coming. The one I'm most excited for, one of my favorite comic runs ever. Apparently, August is Young Avengers. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can see this. If not, check SnapFan or SnapZone for this. Please check SnapZone for this. Just they support us, and the other one doesn't. But they're on. It's on both. Has SuperTechGod knows background information. Hawkeye, Marvel Boy, Wiccan, Hulkling, and Speed are all coming in August. And remember, if you'd like a season pass for this video, pick one of these in the comments and tell me what you think it should do. They're all 0/0s for now. We know a little bit of what Hawkeye does because there's also art for like 4 different kinds of arrows.
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
Yes.
I'm so excited about that.
Something sweet like what Nico does, where it changes each.
That's what I was immediately thinking is like, oh, this is a new Nico.
Yes,
and we all know how good Nico is.
Yeah, I'm super pumped about this card. Super pumped.
What do you think of this season, Ken?
I think it'll be a fun season. I think all these cards would do something exciting, something different, and I am pumped for it because I think we need it now. I think we had a bunch of, we're going to say like affliction and toxic and stuff that happened this past season. And of course, with Red Hulk and everything else, I want to see something fun. And I think with Hawkeye, Speed, I can just imagine what they could do. Marvel Boy. I'm ready for the fun. I'm ready for the fun this season is going to bring.
What do we got?
I'm also excited for this.
I agree.
Yeah.
A fun season would be pretty sweet.
Read this comic run?
I did not. I did do some research beforehand about these characters. I'm excited for both Wiccan and Hulkling along with Hawkeye. I would love to see Hulkling have some kind of morph ability of some kind that would fit really well. And then we're getting a new. Hopefully, we're getting. Speed's not going to be Quicksilver 2.0, right? That's.
Well, I thought Quicksilver should have got reworked to always give you priority, the same way Ghost doesn't give you priority.
Yeah,
maybe Speed would be that card.
That would be cool.
They're too proud of themselves to rework Quicksilver for getting rid of the Mulligan. Right? Like that card's going to be an artifact in Marvel Snap. It's also important to teach people the game, right? But
I get it.
Yeah.
So now we give that power to Speed.
Hell yeah.
That'd be great.
I want Marvel Boy so bad. I love Marvel Boy. It is such a cool, okay, so a character created by Grant Morrison, and then in that Kieran Gillen Young Avengers run, and I'm there. I'm all about Marvel Boy. I'm very excited. All right. I guess there's not a bajillion things to say. Any other thoughts about Young Avengers except yay? All right. Let us go on to variants of the week. Hey, SuperTechGod?
Yes.
Which is your variant of the week?
They got to be the X-Men 97 Bishop. I mean, I can't wait to see the other X-Men 97 variants they pull out. But man, this looks so good. I can't wait to see it animated already. Yeah, that's my variant of the week.
Gunny, did you finish watching X-Men 97?
Not yet.
Very disappointing. You're not allowed to.
What about you?
No tournaments until you watch.
I've tried 3 separate times from the episodes of X-Men 97.
Oh yeah, listen, I'm with you.
It's so good. It is peak. But my choice was Storm. I'm a Storm fan, but I also love Jeff, and seeing the two of them together makes me so happy. Also, the idea that maybe in the future I could have a 12-card deck that has Jeff in some capacity in every one of them excites me very much.
Yeah.
Gunny.
Yeah, I chose a Darkhawk. And specifically I chose Darkhawk because I've always loved Darkhawk. It's such a cool card. I really like playing it. And I really don't think it has great variants. And this is finally a variant I can get behind, and it's doing something. Really? There's some motion going on in it. Animated is going to look sweet. So we're finally, in my opinion, getting a good Darkhawk variant.
Kim Jacinto.
I'm just saying, I feel like most of the Darkhawks are pretty amazing.
I don't know. I don't like
Darkhawk is one of those cards that I don't think has bad variants.
I'm in the same boat.
We got the hip. We got the Flaviano.
The 3X value.
Scan.
Come on.
Scan.
Yeah. Come on now. Yeah.
Wow. I don't like
Listen.
I picked Marvel Boy because y'all don't know, because no one read that comic run but Roy and I. But did you read the Young Avengers run, Ken?
I did not.
Oh my God. It's one of the best comic runs I've ever read.
What is Marvel Boy's ability?
Weird shit. He's just enhanced human weird shit. Okay. So it's basically be Kree and be super and have like 6th dimensional sense bullshit. He's genuinely there just to be weird, but he's delightful.
Love that.
Just a delightful character. The run is just so good. I don't know how to explain better. So Grant Morrison, have you read any Grant Morrison comics?
Yeah.
They're out of their fucking mind, right? I hate the movie Inception because I've read Grant Morrison comics, and if you think that's what dreams are like, then you need to read a Grant Morrison comic because Grant Morrison knows exactly what dreams are like and puts it on page. And then you watch Inception, you're like, that's not a dream, that's an action movie. You can't fool me. I've read Grant Morrison. And so Grant Morrison just being like, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna put all my weirdest ideas into fucking Marvel Boy. Go. Is just and then other people are like, we're just going to take Grant's weirdness and fucking run with it in other books, and this has to make sense. And it's so good. It's so good. I'm all about high concept, silly shit. The only other thing that competed with this for my favorite is there's the first Kirby art in the game, and it's the Captain America comic cover. And Jack Kirby is all high concept, insane bullshit. And I will immediately spend anything you want me to on a Kirby art. And so Kirby, Grant Morrison, Bill Sienkiewicz, a few others, and just the weirder you want to get while still being good at storytelling, the happier I am. And that's what Marvel is.
Okay.
You got me interested.
Yeah, for sure. I gotta
Marvel
check it out
Limited
now.
is like always.
How about I say I have Marvel Limited, so now I'm gonna go check out Marvel Boy now.
Yeah. You're gonna be like, what the fuck? And you're never gonna look at me the same again. But the young Avengers run is just a regular comics run. It's just a phenomenal.
Yeah.
All right, Gregor, where can our friends find you, and what will they find when they come look for you?
You can find me on Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, all of the social medias. You can find me on Twitch. I work really hard to create a good content and a stream environment that is inclusive and where players of different skill levels can vibe, ask questions, or nerd out about their special interests. If it sounds appealing to you, swing by my stream sometime.
And I'll do better, because Gregor, as always, undersells themselves. Gregor is delightful. Like, the stream is genuinely fun and kind. Everyone, like, there's streams that are quiet that feel like, okay, so the stream is relaxed, but it's not quiet. Everyone feels excited about the same things and joyful to be there, and it's a thing of beauty. And obviously that comes from the streamer, right? Like, the streamer sets the tone, and Gregor's stream is a delight. I stop by fairly regularly. I lurk like crazy because as I've gotten known, I talk less when I go into people's streams, because I don't like, I feel weird when everyone's like, I know you, and I'm like, I just wanted to hang out. Not that, like, I'm not telling you not to. When I speak in the stream, I'm basically accepting that that's going to happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
But when I don't want that to happen, I just fucking don't. I just watch, and I spend a lot of time on Gregor's stream, just enjoying myself and enjoying life, having a great time. So you need to go check out Gregor. It's Gregor2424.
Yep.
Just like, if you don't remember it from here, Gregor also makes great decks and will be in more of my videos going forward. So you can find him there too.
Yeah, I agree. Gregor is a great content creator. Love the streams. Always great energy. And Gregor's in great shape, guys. Check out his Twitch. He always posts his videos at the gym and stuff like that. Great inspiration if you guys want to work out, of course. And I agree. Gregor's a great energy. Love his energy all the time.
And that hair game's on point.
Facts.
Thank y'all for the kind words. I wasn't expecting to blush tonight.
Happy to. SuperTechGod.
All right. You can find me over at twitch.tv where I stream live most of the time, or you can catch me over at Power On Gaming where we have a blast, hanging out, having a good time. Also over on Twitter where we do tweet all the awesome variant splits that we come up with, of course, and anything you guys want to see. It's always a great time hanging out with STG.
STG, is the marathon going on for 4 days, you said?
Yes.
All right, so 4 days. This will probably come out on Saturday, so you can catch it on Saturday when you're listening to this, or Sunday, correct?
Yes, and I will be on the Saturday 2 a.m. slot to 6 a.m.
Man.
As well as the Sunday at 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. So if you guys are watching this and you want to come check me out on the marathon, definitely go over to twitch.tv/SuperTechGod.
All right. So first things first, Power On Gaming has the full, like, beyond every bit of promotional support that I have in my power is yours.
Appreciate
anything you ever need, I got you. It's worth noting that before Power On Gaming, I talked about your Twitch last time, so I'm going to talk about you in the community this time. Cool. SuperTechGod is, I mean, the most important person in the community. Live tournaments, creator clash. You can shake your head. Power On
most
Gaming.
Important.
I'm not wrong. I don't think I'm wrong. Like,
okay,
you do so much for this community on a consistent basis. You're everyone's go-to for things. There's a reason you started a team, and everyone jumped. So I'm going to tell you this straight up. I've gotten messages from people like, why wasn't I invited? Multiple times. Like 6 or 7 different people.
Or on teams. I'm not trying to, just
people
try
that
to take
aren't
people
on
away.
teams, people that are Twitch like partners and like big people are just like, but why did he invite me? And I'm like, I don't know. Look.
Go ahead.
I am telling you that your name moves mountains in this community. It's not a joke. It's true, but it's true. Your name moves mountains in this community. You are one of, if not the most important person, especially like outside of the like cozy realm, right? Like that's a whole different thing. They don't really,
100%.
yeah, they're operating on their own playing field, right? But like for those of us here, boots on the ground, like you're it. So keep it going.
I appreciate that. Thank you. I didn't think that way, but I appreciate that. And yes, we're trying to bring people on. Don't worry. Listen, it was a lot just to get to this point. It was a lot. So I wanted to go live, and then, we have people on the list that we want to reach out to. Gregor's one of them as well. So it's like, it's a lot. We even have some people that's, we ready that we haven't announced yet.
There. Obviously, it's like see the stream, but Gregor's eyes got real big.
It was a lot of people. We had a lot of people on the list. We're like, oh, they're on a team. Can't ask them. Oh, they're doing this. We can't ask them. It was just like, all right, let me get a core team, and then we'll go live. If people are happy and they love it and they want to be a part of it, then we can set something up where we go from there.
I mean,
so nobody should feel left out.
Even I wasn't invited, so still.
Glazer, you do your own thing, buddy.
I'm kidding. If you think if I could, I wouldn't just be like, yo, can I get in? Like I have.
Yeah, sure. You would definitely. Nah, come on. Come on.
Yeah. No. No. You're the best. You're the best.
Appreciate that.
Also notable. Like seriously, and I swear to God, this is 100% true. People ask me to come on this podcast all the time, and I have a set ass schedule, and I don't bump anybody for anything. You asked to come on, I move shit.
I appreciate.
I don't do that shit for anyone.
I really do appreciate you.
You're the best. You're the best. You're the best.
When you for that.
Whatever you need, you're the best. Like this community runs on the back of people like you.
Thank you.
All right, I don't have a Gunny slide. Because Roy told me shortly before the podcast that he had to do something. I'm going to let Roy eventually tell you what he's been doing all these weeks he's missing. It's really important and really good stuff. It's not like he's missing to miss. I can tell you after pod if you guys want, but I'm not trying to blow Roy's spot up to the whole community. That's not my place. But Gunny, what does the T stand for? My guy.
Stands for tournament, man. No, it does.
No, it doesn't. It stands for my guy. It stands for the most reliable person I know in every way. I'm like, man, can you look over this video for me? Hey, it's random time. Can we do X? And you're like, yep. And then like logistically between you and Mott, right? Like shit just gets done.
Man,
unbelievably reliable.
I love it. I'm gonna be Sino here for a minute. If you want to find me right now, it's on Discord. That is where I am at. And if you want to catch that hot fire, I'm gonna be Sino here for a second. You want to catch that hot fire? I've run 34 tournaments since we started in February. 34 tournaments, and it's only climbing. We're doing them all the time. SnapJudgment is getting ready to kick off. STG is going to stick around here after the pod for a minute so we can chat with Glazer and talk about some future plans we're going to be coming up with. I know some live events are coming up, and I'm going to be there. I'm telling you, these.
Give me some live event date soon.
Right?
Yeah.
This whole community.
My whole goal is just to just make it easy. I want to make it easy for the community, easy for the players. I want them to know what they're walking into. When they see Gunny's tees on a tournament, like they know that shit's going to run right.
Can I say that? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, go ahead. You go first. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, of the different team leagues and things like that, I will say the ones that you have run have been the most smooth and easiest for me to reach out to my opponent. Like you have things set up in a way that makes it easy for players to be able to engage with each other where they wouldn't normally be able to.
I appreciate it, Gregor. Yeah, I mean, that's the whole point. I just want to make it easy on people, easy on players. And again, what I want to do is just make this standardized, right? I want people to see what we're doing and just realize like, hey, that's a good model to go after. Because once we're all kind of standardized, then just like the player experience gets better. They know what they're walking into. So, I know STG just picked up a Top Deck subscription, so we can
get into that
tournaments.
Yeah, I want to talk about that too. Yeah, shout out to Gunny, man. Gunny's been phenomenal, very helpful. Took part of his day just to break down to me exactly what Top Deck is all about and introduce me to the creators of it. Like Gunny didn't have to do that, so shout out to Gunny for that. Like Gregor said, his tournaments are smooth, flawless, no issues, no having to hunt anybody down. Hey, Gunny, this person didn't respond to me. Stand by. That's it. Like you just wait. Gunny will make it happen or not.
Good night,
phenomenal. I definitely enjoy Gunny for that. He's so awesome about that. And yeah, like I said, we're going to talk If you guys love Gunny tournaments, we're going to have some in real life stuff going on. We got some other stuff going on with Power on Gaming. I can't wait. I'm super excited about it.
Nice. All right. Certain tiers of support on our Patreon come with on-air thanks. I'd like to reach out and give a hearty thank you to Abigail Giesler, Meditor Burnout Cables, David G. Wingfield, Direwolf, LAB, Fothar Newman. Check them out on YouTube, please. Good Dog Gamer, This Is the Way, Hail Scotland. Inc., Jay Nevereet, J.D. McDonaldinho, Caretix Lee, Koire, Perofrost, The Goat Seeker, Denman Falcon, YouTube, please. Doku, Philip Ratkovich, Haplo, Kenny Loggins of The Danger Zone, Rob Silverman, Juan Diego Lebed, The Bizza, Xforce V, and Skippy G, Tommy Nyquist, Tommy Nyquist, Snap Judgments, Season 1 League Champion, Black Dahlia, I said that really awkwardly, huh? Whatever. The Great Kazoo, Jessica Campbell, Ryan Wood, Kev C. Hoda, Luna Chris, Louis Antunes, Mod Supreme Models, Brian Kaufman, Tristan H. Martin, Fuzzy Dunlop, Spectre Mix, Hoot, Matt H., Mikey Hijinks, No Flex, Ocularis, Craig Sterry, Pretty Chill, Seamus, Spike Jones, Two Ties, the Pirate King of Power on Gaming, Tucker, the Homie Min, Rito in Disguise on Twitch, who coaches the shit out of people on our Discord for free for some reason.
Heck yeah.
It's way too nice. Way too nice for me. And of course, GunnyT, where the T stands for thanks for joining us this week.
Yeah. Hey, that one actually started with a T. Congratulations.
Look, it starts with whatever the fuck it accidentally starts with.
Hold on. I thought I was on the Patreon. I didn't see my name up there.
$10 Patrons, my friend.
Oh, excuse me. Forgive me. My bad.
It's a $10
I'll shut my mouth.
That was a list of $10 patrons.
So like legitimately, it has to be because look. So how long that list was? Pretty good. I'm gonna have to figure out.
Yeah.
We're getting there. And the money for literally, and Gunny knows this, and I'm not going to get into any detail about this. Every bit of money from the Patreon either goes into the tournaments or to the community in various ways. So, like, I promise you, I am putting it back in the right places. All right. Thank you for joining us, Gregor.
Thank you for having me on. This was wonderful.
An absolute pleasure. Please come back soon. SuperTechGod, my friend. Welcome.
As always. I love being on here. You know that. I'll be back.
Nice. And I need to be on yours, but in person, because then you can't edit me out.
Yeah.
Gunny, thank you for being the best Roy I know.
It's always a great night whenever I get to see your smile on the face, Glazer. And on top of that, because we talk all the time, man. But whenever I get to meet like new people that you're bringing on the show, like meeting Gregor, meeting STG, like it's just so great. Just meeting people. I mean, we've talked about this before about Snap Judgments League. Like the special thing about it is you're meeting somebody and you get to know a new player every single week. I get to do that on podcast now. Like this is the bee's knees, man.
Peace and love, everybody, and keep on snapping.